Hello and welcome to the stream. Today is Wednesday, August 13th, and first and foremost, thank you all for being here. Today, of course, is Football Manager Day, as has been the standard here for a little while. Today we are looking at our first competitive fixture, I'll say, in the Austrian Bundesliga. And everything that comes with that. So we've taken over as manager of FC Blau-Weiß Linz after just a disaster of a time in Croatia with FK Jarun. They ultimately just didn't want the club to succeed. The money was there. We had, I think it was a little over £250,000 in the bank. Didn't want to send me on a coaching license. Didn't want to expand some of the funds, and I just wasn't interested. And so after one last rejection of a coaching license, I dipped, and now I find myself in Austria, which, as I have found by going through the first couple of weeks here before our first competitive game, oh boy, is this going to be an adventure all on its own. Not a good one. It's going to be a difficult time. So, anywho, we'll get moving here. Let me hit the go to gameplay, and we will get underway. It's just not there, huh? Just not there. I got a death counter on the screen. Let's try that. Hold on real quick. Got to change something up real quick. One moment. Forgot to take my degree off of the wall. Has my full Christian name on it. I don't want that out in the world. Okay. In football manager. Grand. Okay. So if I sit back, if I'm all comfortable. Perfect. Where's the game? Good. Oh, there we go. Okay. Huh? Cool. Okay, make sure we don't get any weird edges. All set. So, first things first, let's head to the transfers. This is important. And this kind of sets the tone for the adventure that I've been on in Austria so far. As you can see, we're looking at trying to get a couple people in. This didn't work. This midfielder on loan. I've got a goalkeeper, hopefully, coming in. But let's go to the history. So I've made a couple of signings, and let me tell you, they are by way of desperation as opposed to anything else. First up, Ruben van der Ven is our new, I think he's our new backup left back. 2 stars, not much of a potential, but boy did he sign a contract for £20,000. And you're going to see a running theme here. Next up, Luciano Valente on loan. We're only paying him $50,000 a week, down from $61,000. I had to do a little negotiating to do that. Plus, I get an optional fee that we'll talk more about. He's young-ish. He's a decent player, all told. But we'll have to make note of his limited potential. He's fine. There's nothing wrong with him, but excited to get him in. Gilbert Jordana is our backup right back. I don't have much for you here other than he can play wing back to an acceptable level. He can also play fullback on support to an acceptable level. It's fine. It fits the system. I'm not too worried about it. Tom Ritzy-Hulsman is a gigantic keeper, 6'9". He's not great. He is our backup. He is on £46,000 a year, which probably an overpay, but I'm a big fan of decent reflexes and good aerial reach and good command of area, so I'm okay with this, but naturally 20 jumping reach because he's gigantic. So hopefully he hits this potential, but I'm vaguely excited for him. He'll get some game time, and he's decent enough to where I think he'll be okay filling a gap for some of those cup games or anything like that, so he can try and hit that potential. But still, he'd probably first to go if I need to do anything. I didn't see these guys out. They left before I got here, so they are no longer here. Neil Vicens is a midfielder. who will, I believe, be starting, which is now we're kind of getting into why this is a bit of a mess. He's starting, paying him £20,000 a year, which is helpful for us. He plays that central midfielder attacking role. I kind of need him to play a ball winner, but that's not great. Or a box-to-box, which, again, similar, doesn't really have the stamina. So gonna try and figure out how to get the best out of him, and I think that is through this central mid on attack, but I'd really like to take advantage of that 14 positioning. So he may play on defense, but again, the mentals, so we'll get there. He's also only 5'7", and he's not strong. So I had to fill spots. And then yet again, another 2-star. And this one's on £60,000 a week because he's actually got potential. I'd be okay if he came into something, and because of how desperate we are for players, he's likely to move in the general direction of his potential with regular game time because we are not in a great spot. But all those guys in on free agents or free agent contracts, except for Tom Ritzy-Hulsman, who we paid a whopping free because he was out of contract. He was on a month-to-month. And that's where we're at. No fees paid, no fees received. And let's take a look now at the squad. And this is what we got. We have just enough players. And by the way, I'm not saying we have just enough players. We have just enough players in the reserves and U18s. This is it. This is the whole club right here. And half of these guys are youth contracts that are awful and should not be playing, but may have to, depending on injuries, because we have just enough to cover the first team. So that's where we're at. So we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. I'm excited, truly, for this lovely adventure. At least it's not Croatia, and we're still probably going to be okay because the players I did inherit are decent. This is an academy goalkeeper. He's fine. He does have a higher potential ability than Tom Ritzy-Hulsman. But we'll see. We'll see who's playing on form, basically. But these reflexes don't exactly, or these reflexes, command of area and communication, don't really do anything for me. But again, low reflexes with 16 positioning and 14 aerial reach means that he doesn't have to be fast because he just covers a lot of space. And if we compare that to Hulsman, who's got 16 aerial reach, 12 reflexes, 12 positioning, it kind of balances out a little bit, but I'm definitely erring more on the side of him being 6'9". So we're going to do that. Quickly walk you through everybody else here. Anderson is pretty good. Probably be better as a wide center back or something like that. Maybe a ball player, but probably could be a decent midfielder. And we just inherited him, but we don't have any right back options, so he plays right back for us. Fabio Strauss, 32-year-old, I believe, captain. He is fine. He's very big, which I'm a fan of. Pretty good mentals, heading, marking, tackling on 12. Decent enough in the physical department. Strength, I'm most pleased with. Jumping reach of 17. Again, byproduct of his being 6'5". Next up is Martin Moorman. Probably leaving. I'm okay with whatever number people come in for, but I have some time. I don't know why they want him on a free because he just recently signed a contract, so very confused by that. He's not quite as good, but hopefully some of these mentals, the 15 bravery, gets him into good positions. He's decent down here at the positioning, teamwork, work rate, and then his physicals are good enough. Simon Perkel is pretty good. He came as a defensive midfielder, but I need him here for the crossing and dribbling, and also we just don't have any other left-back options, so decent overall player. Luciano Valente is going to play there, though I guess I should probably flip those around because Luciano Valente is better at being a box-to-box than he is a ball winner because the positioning is a little low. So if I just show you the two difference, he's got more going forward than anybody else on the team. And so so that Vicens, who can't really do much, can specifically play central midfielder on attack to an acceptable level. Paul Mensa we inherited, pretty good, speedy, decent, kind of in the box attributes. Vision's pretty low for being a true winger, which is why I have with his 9 flair. I may actually end up making him an inside forward, which probably the better idea anyway. So actually, let's do that real quick. But I want him to do it. specifically. So we will knock him to an inside forward on support because his finishing is not that good. Over here we've got Nico Meyer, who plays a little bit everywhere, and I can't tell you how just completely important that's going to be. That may actually be how we get through these first few games because we have real players there. Nico Meyer, if I put him here, plays as a central midfielder on attack, can't tackle for anything, but we've got a guy behind him, so not that big a deal. He's just going to be late arriving into the box. I could make him a playmaker. I might make him a playmaker. I don't really need a water carrier. I'll do that. Anyway, I'm just getting lost here. This team's not great, is the long and short of it. So we'll get moving here. It is a cup day. Feiertag up top. Fine. Pressing forward, going to be using him as a target because he's got enough about him to be a target. I think it'd be equally fine as like an advanced forward, pressing forward. Those are all fine, but I've had a lot of success so far as with target forwards, target men. And this guy is little. He's littler and just signed a new contract for an extra year, which is great because he was on not a contract, but yeah, things are not good. We do have one more midfielder who is injured, who will be a starter. Good all the way around. This is likely going to be the guy filling in this role, and that's how we'll do it. So this is where we start our career. So let's jump in. I have the desktop audio good to go. I'm going to turn sounds on now. SV Liobendorf is in the regional league, so this should be fine. This should be a perfectly acceptable first game, but we do find ourselves in the Bundesliga, which is great because my reputation is likely to be improved. I did do some custom kits. They look fine. It's neither here nor there on how they actually are. But like I said, reputation is 3, which is great because my reputation is bad. I am getting a license, though, which is crucial, which is why I ended up here. So we will give it a go. Let's begin. Let's jump into the first game. Apparently, I have learned to speak everything by being in Croatia for a little while, which I'm a big fan of, by the way. But now I'm going to pick up some German, which I actually do have some of in real life. Took it a lot in high school and tested out of it when I went to college. Sure. I don't even think I have the staff responsibilities figured out. Oh, I guess I also don't have a staff to speak of. So I'm working through that too. I think I hired an assistant. This guy. He's fine. He's kind of decent all around, but I was having some trouble getting people in because my reputation's pretty low, but the preferred formation is really what I was after. Cool. Let's... Couple things here. Want him training as a center midfielder on attack, and I want Nico Meyer training as, for now, a playmaker through the middle so that we have some options, but he can also play playmaker out on the wing, and that would be okay too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a full bench, which is lovely to see. Not really a full bench because we don't have a right-sided midfielder that is healthy. I've got a couple guys in on loan. I don't think I can afford this guy. Or not on loan, on trial. I don't really want to ask for what they think his price is yet either, because if I go to reports, I should get some idea, but inconsistent, susceptible to injuries. It's not great. And then Haj Mahmoud is another midfielder who I think wants too much money, so we'll probably miss out on him too. Good times. And he's a little better. Big matches was a little bit of a concern, but he being my holding midfielder would be incredible. Probably not going to happen, though. Oh, I didn't show you Barney. Barney Perno is pretty good. Physicals are all right. All the defensive stats that I would want him to have are appropriate. And then his defensive mentals are largely okay. What I mean to say... Yeah, I need to give all these guys numbers. Xavi Espar is going to be wearing a holding midfielder's number, and Nelvi Sens is going to wear, I don't know, the 20 midfielder. I don't care much about that. I need to win them over. I need to get licenses. I need to perform well. It's going to be a tough job. but I'm here for it. Let's see. Enjoy the match. Okay, here we go. I have faith in you. I have faith in you. I have faith in you. Yeah, all right. 2 of them don't care. 2 of them loved it. Love it. Can we produce? You bet. We're going to crush it. Are you worried motivating? No. We are a professional outfit. All right, first things first. Sound's on. Make sure my sound is on. Make sure the desktop audio is on because I didn't do that last time. And we are moving. Currently 9 minutes in. They have the ball. Uh-oh. Off the bar and tapped in. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is not a good club, by the way. I mean, I think I mentioned, right? Like, there's a division below, and then there's divisions below that, and they're in the divisions below that. They're in the 3rd, maybe 4th tier. And we are a Premier League club, effectively. We're a top-flight Austrian club. We're in the Bundesliga. Okay. Get a little possession, get a little ball movement. Lovely. Good work. Just want to refamiliarize myself with what we got going on here. I don't want the counter. Med block is fine. I'm going to trap outside because we got decent height. We can defend the corners with our height. Good. Way to win that ball back. Lovely. Work your way into the box. Crossover. Finish. Attaboy, fire tug. And that's largely what I've seen target forwards do in Football Manager since I started playing it this year. A couple weeks ago. Sad to say. I didn't plan on getting FM24, but Epic made it free. Decent run. I like my highlights to be behind the goal. My replays to be behind the goal, just so I can see where all the players are. That's more for me. But we watch TV mode. Let's encourage the boys. Purple is complacent. That's rough. I got more green and purple than I do anything else, though, so that's fine. I don't care about the free crosses, because we're better in the air. Except that guy. That guy's huge. Good lord. Ah, crap. It's gigantic. Let's win that ball back, huh? Good. Run with it. Attaboy. Get you some. Oh, back to him. Beautiful. And we're countering professionally. Oh, better finish there. Keeper. Decent save. And held, for what it's worth. Love to see us put that in the back of the net, though. Good cross. Ball's bouncing around. Keeper cleared off of the line by Ham. Technically. Sorry. Oh, good. Are we going to concede right before the half? Hey, just over the bar. I think Husman probably had it covered, to be honest. Not good enough. I'm going to say so. I don't like what I saw. I think you guys were garbage bad. Is unacceptable. You guys got this. Go win the game for us. Go win that game for us. Don't like that. Oh, by the way, like all of my defense wants to leave. And I've said, yeah, if, once we get bids, I'll talk to you about it. Because if we can get bids, by the way, if we can get bids, we're fine. We can get some players in off the back end. Because if we're selling them for like $1.5 million a piece. And we can absolutely get players in for less. And we can start to rebuild this team the way I'd like to do it. Oh, good save. Keeper, my goodness. He's keeping them in this thing. Meyer again. Meyer a third time? Penalty? No. All right. Into the highlight. Yeah, 7.1 for him. That's reasonable. 2.5 XG. All right. I don't really want to make subs because everybody seems to be composed, uninterested. Actually, I get off the field. Oh, right. I want to be doing wingbacks. Huh. Yeah. Easy enough to fix for next time. Get everybody moving. I'm treating this like a friendly game, though somebody has to go home a winner, unfortunately. Oh, hold on. Cancel the team talk. Cancel the team talk. Good. Work that ball. Good. It's fine. Swing it. Swing it wide, all the way out to Anderson. All the way out to Anderson. That works. Well, not if you force the next pass. But we have it back. All good. Meyer feeding to Valente. One more to Mensah. Mensah across. Off of the post. Anderson picks up, and that is the end of the highlight. Golly. I may need to make some subs at the end of regulation here. Actually, I'm not sure if we get straight to penalties, but he's got a 3 in penalty takings, and something tells me that the Barcelona graduate is slightly better. I don't really want to make other changes, which is going to be a disaster. All right, Miranda, you got 6 penalties. Mormon is dead, has 4 penalties. We will put you on instead. Actually, Passage, how are you? 6. Anderson, 5. Doesn't really matter. It's fine. I'm happy with that. If we go straight to penalties, I imagine we'd go into extra time. Yeah, right. Oh, boys. All right, keep going. Let's work. Anderson just doesn't care. It's because I have no ability. I'm not giving any extras. We're just going to move forward. I got a lot of green here, and that's fine. I'll take 1 red, mostly green. Should be okay. Loans also, by the way. I do anticipate getting loans. I'm going to try and get as many as I can for as cheaply as I can. Though they did deny my affiliate from loans. It said Luciano Valente header. I didn't expect it to come from him, but I will, of course, accept it. And we have the lead against this team that should not be giving us a hard time as we head into the 100th minute of the game. Missed header, goalkeeper's in no man's land. That makes it nice and easy for Valente, and he takes care of business. We are completely getting rid of their... I did want to see how tall this guy was, though. 6'8". Good Lord almighty. No, I don't need him. I don't need him. He's a poacher. He's not a target man. If he were a target man, we'd be having conversations. Oh, let's not. Let's not immediately concede. Good. Good hands, Tom Ritzy. Uh-oh. Don't punt it. Why? What are we doing? All right. We will be rolling it out going forward, but we get the ball back through Van der Ven, who's been okay since coming on, for what it's worth. We'll swing it wide. Swing it wide. Okay. Good way to pick it up off of a bad header from them. Carry that ball forward, please, into the box. Crossover, Feiertag in the box. Should safely put it away. Beautifully done. So the good news is that we've got 2 weeks to do a little bit of scouting and picking up players after this one. Mensah finds his way. Let's watch Feiertag make his way into the box. Really finds an extra gear there. Loses the holding midfielder and then puts himself in between the center backs. That's what I like to see. That is a great run. And then we're going to... Well, we got 2 weeks. Let's see what this guy has to offer. Do you prefer a different position? You do. Position, winger, attack, personalized is... Yep, perfect. I could use 6 substitutes. I don't want to make 6 substitutes. And we basically perform to our XG, which is good enough for me. Interesting. Highlight off of the kickoff. Let's make sure we're still on key highlights. I don't know if that's still a bug. Van der Ven winning headers. Meyer making his way into the box. And Tommy puts it into his own net. Woof. Well. You know what I haven't done? Yeah, it's not great. That's, well, I don't know. That's a 6'9" keeper trying to get to the ground and him having a giant gap, a giant triangle between his arm and his ribs. Well, now it's a little less safe, and I'd very much like to turn these 4xG into more goals, but I'm okay with winning, at least. All right. Full-time whistle. Linz 3, Leobendorf 2. Paul Mensa, player of the match. Tied. Even with Feiertag, both at 8.7s. Probably went to the hundredths place. So, all good. Good work. Thrilled. I said good job, and everybody loved it. So I'll just keep praising them. I'm a little concerned that the mood around the club is low. If we beat a team 3-2 that we should have been smacking around the pitch, and well, we'll see. Alrighty. I'm delighted. We won the game. It's all that matters. It's great. It's a great way to start the season. A win is always better than a loss. Yeah, training's been a mess. And now I jump immediately back into transfers. Hey, we get £858. Love to see it. Paul, your work rate was incredible. Great job, everybody. Okay. We'll leave that for now. So, here's where we're at. Don't have much of a budget to speak of at all. And this is what we're dealing with from our scouting team. Let's say I'm interested in this guy. I go discuss the availability with the agent, full well knowing that I have exactly £400,000 to spend the rest of the year on salaries, and I'm averaging right now at about 70 to 80. Hey, thanks for sending me. Oh, you need 200? That's more than we could possibly do. I'm going to end the chat there. This has been the case with everyone so far, which is why I'm really hoping that this keeper comes through, because he's pretty good for what we're hoping to do. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Wingbacks on support. Wingbacks on support. Let's roll it out instead of distribute specifically to those guys, because I don't care who you roll it out to, just whoever's open, basically, right? I don't want to, somebody to be open, and I say, well, you have to distribute to a defensive player, and then he rolls it out to a defensive player who's marked, and that's just a bad time. So, not doing that. Not a great performance at 6.56. Happens. So we go back to scouting, and I don't even know what to do here. We've got midfield kind of figured out. I guess I do need to register all of these players. We can register up to 99, so that's nice and easy. But I think that's everybody that we can, so we confirm, and we move forward. Great. Nolan Mueller is suspended, which is great news. I have some ability to rotate on the back line, but I've got a midfielder who can do a little bit of a job as a right back. I've got a left back. I have two more central defenders. I'm happy to sell really any of them, frankly. But it's not entirely necessary. And trap outside, because height. Yep. 6'4". Maybe you should be starting over Mormon. Nope. Mormon's, well, hold on. Let's compare the two of you. Who's I just looking at? Oh, no. Not Perkle. Pasic. Yeah, Mormon's better at everything but aerial, which is fair enough. Okay, so Mormon stays. Oh, man. No one spot sticks out. I think he's my box-to-box, right? Yeah. Yeah, he'll be my box-to-box. So if that's the case, then Nico Meyer goes back to left only. So he's going to be my winger over here on attack because he's got 14 flair, and I'm going to need some of that this year. So he's going to be my left winger. So let's go ahead and plan for that. Meyer over Lichtenberger, who is fine, but he's only a support winger instead. So that's why he goes on the bench. Gonna have to lose one of you. Probably Miranda. Just because I have right back covered. And then we're gonna put Savetko on the bench, and then we're gonna move Lichtenberger, and we're gonna drop this back to box. Cool. And I'm a little happier with that. Oh, right, goalkeeper. Transfers in, Miesbecker. Yeah, I would love to get him in, but I think we're the only bid. Nice. It is a hefty one. I will show you that. It is a decent chunk of this wage budget, so we'll see. I'd love to get rid of this, if somebody comes along, because I've promised, right? I've made a couple promises to them that if a team bids, we're all set. We're going to consider anything. So Fabio Strauss, Simon Perkel, and Martin Moorman, those are 3 of our starting defenders. So that is left back and both center backs. So if anybody comes in and bids for them, I've got potentially $1 million there. I probably could milk more out of that, but if anything, I get £92,000 per year. That's £114,000. This is £177,000, but again, $2.5 million potentially, and I can absolutely do a lot of good by picking up 2 or 3 players instead of 1 on 60 to 7. Well, 2 players would even be great, because I don't need a wide center back. I just need a center back to do a job. Okay, so something I've been doing, because we've got mostly, we have no foreigners so far. So a little hack, if you will. We go to world, we go to players, and now we can search for anybody. So this is what I've been doing for a while, because we can afford to have a couple of fullbacks. Carl Jakob Hein, formerly Arsenal, he'd be good, but there's no way that coming directly off of an Arsenal contract, he's going to accept anything less than silly money, frankly. So I don't need that. But I will want a better holding mid. Is that what I wanted? Pernal? Yeah, he's fine. He's serviceable, but I'd much rather... But he's a squad player. Yeah, I'd much rather have a better holding midfielder, because this is supposed to be defensively sound, and if nothing else, we need to not let in a lot of goals in. Dylan, how are you? Sorry I didn't see your message right away. Just talking to myself, and have been for a while. But howdy. Welcome to the party. I'm walking the VOD. The safe's good. I'm out of Croatia, which is crucial. That is a big deal for me, because being in Croatia was the death of me, and I spent 8 months there and never got a license. That is my first job. So happy to be in Austria. Happy to have my first ever license paid for by this Austrian club, even if it's going to be a bit of a lift, because this team is not very good. I've already had to make a ton of signings. I told the stream. I've made 6 free transfer signings, all of them backups except my goalkeeper, and then I got a midfielder on loan, and it's rough. Gibraltar's a fun one, because it's pretty goofy, I think. Yeah, that's about how that goes. Everybody's part-time, right? Are there any professional teams in Gibraltar? Lincoln, I have to assume, are professional. Oh, is everybody professional? Nah. Okay, it's a decent split. That's fun. Are you doing a Build Nation? Yeah, you've done the treble. Yeah, as soon as you build the team of any standing, you're golden. But I'm glad to hear it's going well. Are you building a nation? Are you taking Gibraltar to the very, very top, or are you just spending some time there for now? Building the nation. Sounds good. There are any number of reasons why I'm not a fan of that, and it's just mostly because I don't have the patience. So, power to you. If I need a holding midfielder, I'd love to see what free agents we have available. Yeah, Lincoln, because nobody else really has an academy, right? I have to assume. 3 qualifying rounds, 2nd qualifying round conference. Pretty good. Yeah, Gibraltar's hard. Nice. Anytime you can get to champs qualification, that is incredible. I think I've already asked this guy. Yeah, there's no way that this guy comes to us, so I'm gonna get him on trial. 'Cause I think I looked at him earlier and he was not up for it. Yeesh. 8-0's a big gap for expecting to get beaten, by the way. Interesting. Why are you so cheap? Oh, because you're not great. Okay. Do you have any potential? Doesn't matter. Okay. Ooh, boy. I guess I should make sure that they're able to at least maneuver around the pitch. Okay, it's a little better. 14? Not bad. No way somebody of your caliber is going to come to my club, even though you're... God. All of your stats point to you being way better than the guy in your spot. Who is Bernie. What's his last name? Pernot. Yeah, everything about you is better, but you have the same star rating, which is a little silly. So let me ask the question. How expensive? That's my entire wage budget. So we're going to just go ahead and walk away. We're going to remove from transfer or short lists. Yeah, hey, I'm no kidding. My transfer budget. And you're in Gibraltar. Oh, man. 39 goals for a non-league striker is unbelievable. That's so good. Just more speaks to the league, I suppose. I mean, is it even exploring if you're getting dropped by Genk? Probably not. Swiderski, I had you in a different game. I've signed this guy for a different one of my teams in the past. I don't remember which. Maybe it was, I think it was when I was managing in France. It was Stade Brestois. Transfer bid from Paris. Not going to happen. Oh, wait, is it trials or did it say 0? Okay. Hyungenbach. Fresh out of Stade Brestois. Balthazar Pierre. Not really a ball winner like I wanted. But he can do it. Coming fresh off of Lecce. Probably not. Probably can't compete. No, not what I meant. Ask agent. Just curious. Not a chance. This has been my struggle. I'd love to get some players who are high potential because they're going to get playing time this year. I'd be happy to get some regens. That'd be fine. But I know that I'm not getting any of this. So let's clear all of this. In the world, it turns out, there are only 225 15 to 19-year-old players. I think it just hasn't updated from Europe. Or we just don't have the scouting awareness. So I guess no need to go world. We'll go Europe for now. I see a Gibraltarian. Not good. See a couple of Gibraltarians. Oof. Okay, let's put a minimum here. Tackling, work rate, stamina, strength, positioning. Let's say 10. Let's just start at 10. And we are fresh out. Cool. Love it. Oh, let's do this. What if I do... No, not that. Let's do this. Let's see what new gens exist. It's kind of fun. Or I might just go exploring teams elsewhere. Let's hold on. Clear everything. Is new gen. No, I don't want to save the filter. Is new gen. We're going to look for... I mean, just because I don't think there's... Oh, wait. Interesting. That's right. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. So, players get added to teams, right? So, like, for instance, this guy's making how much money? Are you kidding me? 3.25? What in the world? Just popped in because I didn't have Germany loaded. So that this is what happened. So I might be able to kind of cheese the system a little bit. Let's go check. Let's put a limit on wages. Contract, general, wage. No. Let's try that on for size. Okay, now we're talking. This guy's decent. This guy's okay. He's a central defender. He's opting out of his contract. He'd be very cheap to pick up, and he could do a job. So, like, if, for example, I sell any of those guys, I could probably pick this guy up on the super cheap because he's on a week-to-week, a month-to-month contract. So I'm going to keep exploring these for a hot minute. Pretty good right midfielder. Let's do this. Let's knock these numbers down considerably. Let's see what 26 has to offer. Yeah, like, that's a serviceable player with 20 leadership, by the way. Somebody's got to bid in for him. Oh, it's so cheap. Ooh, I need to do a regen. I need to do faces. I'll do that in a second. Okay. Okay, so, like, these are fine players. Interesting. Listed for transfer, you say? Well, that's because he's not very good. All right, so there's 1,200 people on this list. That's a perfectly fine player. He's okay. Okay. So let's do this again. Let's do tackling, positioning, strength, decisions, I guess. And we'll say those all have to be 10s. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. So if I compare this lovely man to Bernie Pernot, he is as good, but he is also 26-year-old and likely not going to hit any kind of potential. So would like to hit somebody a little better off. Stefano Ricardo, 20 bravery, good physicals. I'm interested. You are a left back, but I'm interested nonetheless. Leaving on a free transfer, you say? Interesting, but I can't. Hold on. Let's see, just out of curiosity. And the wage is not terrible. So that's, you know, would he drop them? He would. Interesting. We'll keep him around. He could be interesting. Jorge Tavares. Decent enough right back. Vasco da Gama. Vidiguera. I mean, he looks better than what I've got. But anyhow, Carlos Magalhães, 6'2". I could sign him for free immediately. Oh, I can just go straight in to approach. You betcha. No. Squad. You know what? What if I make him a regular starter and then immediately change that? How about this? Oh, I can't. Never mind. 190. Can't do it. Golly, man. Decent wingback, decent defender. I'd want him to be playing just standard defender, usually. What's wrong with that? His heading, I guess? It's a really good player. How did he just appear in the nowhere? He's in Portugal. If I sign you, and I try to make you a squad player. All right, let's make you a starter. 260. God bless. All right, let's look at some of these free transfers. And I guess if we're looking for a holding mid, may as well say holding mid. All right, fine. How about just regular? Jeez, whatever. Luka Kolela looks good. Looks really good. I can't pay you that much, unfortunately. 340 would be a stretch. Still, can't do it. Can't do it, and you're not going to be lingering around, I can't imagine. Yeah, no, you're going to a club of a decent size. And those are the other three. Good, man. Okay. All right. Let's just see. Let's just see what there is out there. I'm looking for what is going on. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the stream. I never know if it's working or not. Did your name pop up on screen, FM Doctor? Did it? I appreciate the follow, but I've been having issues with my with the alerts actually coming through. And it's probably something I'm doing, for what it's worth. Nice. Did you hear it? Because that's the other side, is that there's supposed to be an audio portion. It should just, like, jingle or something, but maybe not. I don't know. Dang. All right. I'll have to work on that. Where's my notes? Ugh. I'm going to have to fix that. There should be a little something. It's not, I say it's a jingle. It's nothing of note. Alert sounds. Need to fix that. My bad. But still, regardless, appreciate the follow. Yeah, I think it's just because I don't have anything set up correctly. I've only done this for like a month. But anywho, I'm just gonna see what's out there. I want to see if there's anybody tall. Like, he'd be great. I'd love to get him in. He doesn't play striker, which is interesting for somebody with 15 jumping reach and good off the ball and good finishing. But anyhow. But I do appreciate it. I will, I may reach out. I may say hello and probably catch a stream sometime, to be honest. I have it. I think I had it set through desktop audio, but I can certainly double check. Because there should be. What was this? Properties, and I go to. When trigger. Yeah, it's supposed to be. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Don't want to spend too much time doing it. I'll refresh it. Maybe that'll do something. No filters on it. Can I do an audio filter? Nope. That's just noise gating and suppression. Nope. Didn't do anything. Tell you what. Nah. We'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll look into it. I appreciate the offer to assist. What if I just do this? What if we get up to 50? 57. It's a good number. We get rid of that, and we make whoever it is very tall. I don't have affiliate, which is interesting. I don't know exactly what. I have access to it, but I can't actually start earning money for whatever reason. It has, I don't, like, it has that you can gift a subscription, but when I've gone to it, or when, like, people use Twitch Prime, it hasn't actually counted. So yeah, don't spend your money on me if you could, just because I don't think that's working either. So I may actually have to reach out to somebody at Twitch, because maybe there's a glitch, or maybe I can start earning money, but, I shouldn't have affiliate. I did fill out a bunch of stuff that said I've unlocked monetization for when I become affiliate, but if it says I'm affiliate, then great. Then I have achieved a milestone without having enough followers or average viewers. But I'll take it, especially if it's pushing me as if I were an affiliate. So we'll carry on. But it doesn't ultimately matter, because I'm doing this for fun. I'm not doing this to make money, to be perfectly honest. It'd be nice if it made money, but I don't it's not make or break. I'm not going to be that upset or anything. All right, so we got some big boys here. 6'6", lots of defenders. Ooh, a goalkeeper. Not good. Not good enough. Filling out a bad team at the moment. Yeah, I don't know, because I should be able to turn on ads or not, right? Depending on affiliate status. But I don't know. Again, I'm not going to lose a lot of sleep over it. I'm glad you didn't have ads, because I don't want there to be ads. I want there to be no barrier to entry to my streams. I just want people to come watch if they want to watch. These players are not very good, huh? I'm good, man. I'm good. I am happy to be out of Croatia, because the team I was with, Jarun, is bad. And they were not going to let me spend any money. And they weren't giving me licenses after 7 months there. Made it to a cup final against Hajduk Split. That earned us a little over £500,000, and even that was not enough for them to be like, oh yeah, you can spend a couple of dollars to go get your licenses. So I resigned. And now I'm in Austria. And this is going to be a difficulty all unto itself. But still thrilled. I'm playing Football Manager at the end of the day. How bad can it be? I'd prefer somebody who can speak German if there's anybody, but let's see. Okay. Don't care about height. Let's look for maybe some wingers. Let's do flare up. Let's say 12 is a decent one. We'll say crossing's important. Some passing, pace acceleration. What do we got? Levenard or oh, there's no way I can afford him. Ain't no way. Nope. Meant to talk to his agent. And absolutely not. Can't pay even a quarter of that, realistically. So we're going to end it. He is wanted. I should check he's wanted by just a Danish club. I don't know, man. I do. I support Chelsea Football Club. It's hard to say. It's Stamford Bridge. Again, I'll do that. That's a little more obvious. Yeah, I'm a Chelsea fan. Have been for years and years. It has very little impact, and quite frankly, before you judge me on it, I didn't know the sport. I picked up the sport when I was in school, and I like the color blue. So I joke pretty regularly that if because I knew nothing about the sport, I just as easily could have been an Everton fan, a Cardiff fan, or a Bolton fan, because I had no other way to watch anything but the Premier League at the time. So Chelsea it was, and boy was that a good decision for me. I'm thrilled to have done it. Well, good. I'm thrilled. Does that mean you are a Chelsea supporter as well? Ooh, that's a good player. It's a good player. I can't pay any of that though. I can't pay any of that money. Man, it's easy to get discouraged here. I'm looking for youth players. I was trying to cheese the system a bit, and that didn't work. So let's go back to new gens. Cheap new gens. 7 to 9 million for this guy, is it? Oh, because he's at United. Okay, fair enough. Anybody? How about this? How about yeah, like this guy? That's got to be better, right? Nope. Oh no. Ooh. Soft spot for it. So what is the team you support then? Out of curiosity. Not that it matters much to me. I don't really hold anybody in any different regard for liking a team or not liking a team. I could go poach this youth player from Jarun, who's real bad. I'll go back to my old club for a prospect. Yikes. I'd love to, but there's no way. All right, so at this point, I'm looking for loans, basically. Pontefract. Oh, okay. Is that? I mean, I have to assume that's your local club. Yeah, eighth tier is no joke. That's a tough one. That is difficult. I bet it's easy to go to the matches. I bet it's a grand old time. Man. Okay. Yeah, I got to look for loans. Oh, woof. All right. No new gens. No new gens. Oh, that's good stuff. I wish the States were like that. I have a local enough club, but even then they're 45 minutes away. Like, it's nothing's close in the States, and I certainly can't travel all the way, halfway across the U.S. to go watch away matches. So a little jealous of the culture across the pond, but one day we're working toward that. Who is your second team that I have to assume isn't like the reserves for your for Pontefract? Carney Chukwuemeka's Austrian? What? Hold on. What's going on? Oh, I guess he's eligible. Interesting. Okay. Listed for loan. I'd love to get somebody on loan for nothing, ideally. So let's knock wages down. Contract wages. It's hard to watch games. Support LAFC. As good as any. I can't. I've gone on my tirade plenty of times that I'm just not a fan of the MLS system or the American system. I'm a fan of clubs that are local to me or I have some association with, but the MLS is just I can't stand it. Which is a shame because lots of good football, decent players, especially nowadays. But yeah, I can't. It's a closed system, and because it's a closed system, I just have no interest in. There's no promotion, there's no relegation, and as a result, I just can't be bothered to watch games late in the season. If there are, teams that are playing that aren't going to be in like the playoffs, I just it's hard for me to get up for those. Oh, here, let's do this. Boop. Okay. Mateo Caceres, nope. Transfer value, the highest. It's not helpful. I don't want anybody too young. There we go. That's better. Everton. Yeah, I don't deny that there are certain ways to play the game, and the MLS does tend to the MLS tends more physical than some of the other leagues that I have more of an interest in. That said, not every team. It's boring to watch is more that American fans don't know what's up. I think that soccer is just new to them, and it's kind of tough for them to watch because usually it's a highlight every other play. Baseball, every pitch, something interesting can happen. American football, every play, something interesting can happen. That's not how football's meant to be watched. So I don't, I hear you, and I hear why people say it. I don't agree with it, obviously. But I do think that the level of physicality is a little eh. But that said, I'd follow the women's game too. And so the tempo of the game is not what gets me. I actually don't care at all about the speed of play. Because the women's game is usually a little slower. But there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, there should absolutely be promotion relegation. There's no reason why it shouldn't exist. This guy doesn't look like he should be a 2-star, but the strength and the stamina make for a bad time. So if I go compare with my boy Barney, effectively the same. I may just have to rely on my scouts, honestly. who I have not many of. And that's fair, right? I mean, you're not making a statement about the women's game as a whole, but if it's not for you, it's not for you. That's fine. I think there's a huge market for it. I think people should be interested in it. It's only going to get better is the argument I like to make. Maybe it's not great now, but it also doesn't have the same level of like money that's in the men's game. So it will improve, for sure. What does our training look like? Preseason heavy late. Sport club. Rapid Wien. That's going to be rough. I think, what are we at? Condition. I don't care as much about condition. Tactical familiarity is helpful, though. Is that helpful in everything, though? During the season that almost resembles... Huh. Okay. It should be noted that I worked for an academy here in the States, and we had a better women's program than a men's program. So we have a couple of graduates that are in the NWSL, the highest women's league in the States, that I'm thrilled to be able to watch them play. And I think we are at exactly 0 in the men's. That's not entirely true. We have guys playing in like the 3rd or 4th divisions, but nobody in the MLS. I will not say. I simply will not say it, because it's not very big, and it would very quickly lead to, just not doxing myself, but it's just not a very wide world. But it was a men's and women's academy for pro team in the USL. It was great. It was a good experience. But it was also a while ago. So some of those graduates playing at the professional level now is nice to see. Though I did coach my old high school, and he's going to go play in the MLS at some point. Yep, exactly correct. Yep, that is 100% right. It is local, and I would basically give away immediately where I'm at, and there's no reason for me to do that. Not big enough. I'm not an affiliate yet, so I don't have the level of security that being a little bit larger and having a more consistent, more understanding audience would respect privacy like that. But yeah, nail on the head. There's no way that I'm going to get this guy. I'm going to ask his agent. He's going to say he needs to get paid £600,000 a year. It's not as much, but I still don't think that's viable. I can't do it. I can't pay you that much. I'd love to have you. You're a pretty good player. I just can't do anything about it, and I apologize for this. Maybe later. Maybe we can pick you up at a later date. All right, well, we have 8 days until our first club game or league game. Here's my strategy for new signing press conferences, by the way. Second to the left every time. Look how happy he is. That's great. I like to have control over the press conferences because I hate whenever a assistant manager or coach or whoever, you delegate them to go take it and they say something that promises a player something, and it blows my mind that A, that can happen, and B, that it happens frequently enough that I need to avoid it. Yeah, I'm not here. I'll offer you a trial just so I can keep my relationship with your agent. Where are you coming from? Andorra? Interesting. I mean, I know that he's Andorran, but the club. Nope, can't do anything about it. Anyway, I'll offer you a trial when your guy demands it. Fairman Lopez. Very cool. Yeah. Nope. I appreciate that. It is It can get a little spooky out of nowhere, and I'm a father, so I don't want to. It'd be fine if it was just me. I'd probably care a little bit less, but I've got a wife and kid, so not gonna go about giving out information for free. Or volunteering information, not for free like I'm selling it. Ugh. But yeah, man, I can't get into the MLS. I've tried a couple times, and I don't think enough people know that when I say the MLS is a closed system, I mean that they are franchises like other sports teams, like in the NFL, for example, American football. The league owns the rights to all of the teams, and ownership allows you to run one of the teams by purchasing a franchise title from the league. So the MLS is very similar in that, having worked in sports, in soccer specifically, people who work for the MLS, ticket sales for an MLS club means that you are employed by the MLS. You're not employed by that team. You are employed by the league to sell tickets for teams. And then there's also how players get acquired and the whole nonsense of trading instead of transfers. And then there's also like discovery rights, which is silly. Like LAFC is a great example. They had the discovery rights for Gareth Bale, Chiellini, Heung-min Son, and Hugo Lloris. But they're called discovery rights because they haven't played in America before. I don't know. It's all a bit eh. It feels wrong. It feels corporate. I don't like it. I like that people have teams to cheer for. You know, I'm thrilled by that. But I can't stand the. Dude, Gareth Bale's great. I didn't realize that he wasn't even 35 yet. By the way, he kind of did a speed run of his career, I think. Is he 35 at this point, now that he has a stake in, is it Cardiff? Okay, he's 36 now. Apologies. He turned 36 in July. And he retired, a handful of years ago? A couple of years ago? Crazy to me. All right. Let's keep moving forward. Yeah, right? Yeah, he was done playing football by like 33. He transferred to LAFC at I guess it would have been 31 at the time. Like he was still theoretically in his prime and just figured it was done. Time to go get paid and stop competing as heavily for like a spot at Real or for Madrid, and then and came to LA because LA's nice. But yeah, he's not even that old. He's in his mid-30s. All right, I get Svetko back. Things are good. Do I have him shortlisted or something? I do. Interesting. So this is bothersome. So like when I had asked, this guy was like, "Oh, I need to earn like 200,000." But then he goes and signs for Ponferradina in the Spanish third division, I think this is, or is this the second division? Is it the fourth division? It doesn't matter. Anyway, I don't know why this is not loaded. Hold on. Spain. Weird. Huh. Okay. Yeah, they're in the... Oh, because it's not actually it's the different groups, right? Okay. Okay. And I'm on the history for some reason. Why am I on the history? Okay. So then, yeah, he's in the Spanish third division as opposed to the top Austrian division, and I just, whatever. Supported them. Yeah, fair enough. Any introduction to a team is a good one, especially if it's an exciting game to begin. First game that I worked for, the club I worked for, was a bit of a thriller. It was, I want to say it ended 6-5, was the final, and we won, and there was like 3... Hold, please. I have work stuff. Hold. If it's an awareness item, I'm not going to read through it, but it looks like it's a short novel. Pardon? Yeah, that's a tomorrow problem. All right, my bad. 9 p.m. Yeah. That is usually when the MLS games get played, right? Well, it's not. I guess that one was played during the day. But that was the final? I guess it was the final, yeah, because that would have gone to penalties and LAFC would have won. So, fair play. Yeah, I'll offer him the trial, and then I'll ship him on his way. I already offered him a trial. I'm not bothering. I would love to sign you. But I don't have to sign you. And I'd have to spend all of my money to get there. Can I tell you that I'm interested in signing you at the end of your contract? Is that something? Anyway, moving on. Yep, great. He's on trial. Yippee. It's not even that good. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Most of the games start at night for no good reason. England does it right. All the games should start like no later than, 5, 6 o'clock at night? That's how it should be. Your game should be in the morning. They should be noon kickoffs. It's incredible. That's so much better. Yeah, it's just good. Like, that's not your entire day. Or rather, you can have a day up to that point. Like, you start drinking nice and early, which is tremendous. He's likely to stay. What's Miranda's contract? Maybe I do give it to... I might give it to Manuel. What more do I need to do? Yeah. Let's keep you at a 7. Absolutely. We'll keep you on. I didn't mean to click any of those buttons, but we're going to do it. So, Mueller. I'll strip him if he fails. Whatever. Mondays and Fridays. Well, true, the Monday and Friday games. So, that makes sense, though, because it has to be the after-work crowd. Saturdays, it's, noon, 3 and 5. That's great. Exactly how it should be. Oh, man. Oh, I need to do all the individual training stuff. Sure. Use both feet as a goalkeeper? Why? Yeah, avoiding the weak foot, you bet. That's no problem. As a midfielder, should absolutely develop his weak foot. You betcha. What is he currently? He's an important player? I don't have anybody better. There's no reason to knock him down. We can make some technical attacking training change. We just don't have enough staff. It's fine. Moving on. Yeah, there's no support for me, the manager. Not going to happen. So this guy could be as good as Simon Perkle with 3 stars. This guy could be better than Simon Perkle at a full 5 stars, which is sure something. Yeah, I'd much prefer this guy. Sounds good. Extra scouts. We'll take some German scouts. I'm not going to sign... Oh, he's a terrible negotiator. Well, anyway, I want potential over individual. So that's fine. Yes, I accept on the coaching badges. I want a culture of coaching badges. We have a loan manager, by the way. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. You can't watch the 3 p.m. games. That's dumb. as simple as I can put it. I can't remember, is that a BBC rule, or is that just an olden days agreement with the Premier League or something like that? Because, yeah, that's stupid. We have a similar thing here in the States. They're called blackouts. If you are in a region where you could feasibly go to a game, then you're not allowed to watch the game on TV, which is dumb because it is your local game, unless it gets picked up by a local broadcast stations. Like we have, 3 or 4 different local broadcast stations per region. But unless they're carrying it, you can't watch it. Yeah, there you go. Supposed to go to the games. Yeah, I don't know. It is kind of dumb, but they do the same thing here. Except it's worse because, well, I don't say it. It's different. I won't say it's worse. I don't need to compare them. It's a little different because if you pay for one of the subscriptions to all games, even if you live in the area still, that broadcast will be prevented from being watched, which is just so stupid. We've also been looking at the screen for a while. We move on. Fitness coach, I need you for cheap, and I need you for a while. Fantastic. Part-time, huh? Why can't I sign anybody on a part-time contract, by the way? Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. I'm going to need you to take a big old wage cut, my friend. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. I try to stay away from it best I can. Yeah, we get a goalkeeper with a minimum release of £1.5 million. Love it. Yeah, I try to steer clear of politics too. Just nothing good can come of it. Simple as. And we're kind of in the same boat, I think. America. And, oh, good, we get to play a team below us by 1 league as opposed to a nobody team. Yippee. That's fun. Look at all the teams that could have been, that we could have played that weren't. Whatever. Yeah, I don't understand. Because there's... one of the things I learned in school was you entertain the masses, you keep people happy by giving them bread and circus. Bread being food or support, just generalized support. And circus, of course, being entertainment. So why can't we do that? Why isn't that being done? I'm not feeling like I'm supported. As an American, we don't have an NHS. Again, not competing. But, yeah, we don't have an NHS. Everything we have to pay for pretty much ourselves anyway. Unless you're below it, you earn a certain amount of money, which, again, not big into politics. Personalize you. Drop you to... Yes. And the goalkeeper is the standard. Oh, interesting. He is good on attack. Huh. I don't know. Anyway, I don't feel supported and I don't feel entertained by my government at the moment. That is the long and short of it. So I get it. Why not? Why not give us a little bread and circus, so to speak? I gotta drop this guy. I don't even... Oh, man, this is gonna be a tough first game. Oh, boy. Already doing tactics training. Let's call this the Linz 4-3-3. And what I'm also gonna do is train my very successful 4-2-3-1 as an alternative. so we can have 2 tactics going at once, because this thing has been kicking butt in Slovakia. In my other save. Five days to the first game of the season. I don't expect it to go well. Oh. Yeah, I'm not interested in those anymore. There's already enough streaming services as is. I don't think there need to be more. And that's kind of all I have on that. 25 a month, or 25 pounds a month does not sound that crazy either. That doesn't sound far-fetched. All right, test this theory again. Press conference for a player unveiling. One to the left. Thrilled. Loves it. Loves being here. Got a fitness coach. We will add him to the training. Did I already have a fitness coach? I may have already had a fitness coach. That may have been a terrible mistake. Oh, reserves fitness coach. I see. Okay. Misread it. Yeah, it's fine by me. I already pay for Amazon Prime, so I got no problem with that. I absolutely agree. Do I need 2 goalkeeping coaches if I'm limited? Ugh. Am I paying them enough? 53, 38. 38's fine. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's been the case for 30 plus years now, hasn't it? Like, that's the whole reason why the Premier League exists in the first place, is through Sky. Which is a shame that you can't throw off your, I'm not going to say overlords, it's a little aggressive, but a little difficult to get away from Sky if you ever wanted to. Yeah. It was wild to me because my dad wasn't into football at all. He started to get into football because I was, and it was something we could both do. And I had to explain to him that there's he's a big fan of baseball. And I explained that there is how in baseball there is a segregation era and there is an integrated era, because we're doing great over here in the States. But that, oh good. My backup is out for 2 months, 4 to 5 weeks. All right, let me go put Wilbur on the bench. Gross. This month they send a letter email offering 20% off for 2 months. Yikes. That's just so annoying. I mean, what they want to do is just get people to stay on it forever. So whatever. Sorry, let me finish my thought on baseball before getting back into it. But that happened in the 1920s, give or take. So there's the pre-1920s and there's post-1920s. And post-1920s is what we talk about as the modern era. But for the Premier League era, that's only 30 years, right? Or 2 years at this point? Which is way better. I'm not all the way in the corner, am I? Oops. Yeah, whatever. Move me over a couple. Yeah, that's how they get you. They really want you involved, but they want you to forget that you lose that after two months. Because if you forget about it, then they can charge you full price. I'd love to get a guy like this. He costs a reasonable amount of money, right? Hey, Mr. It's actually not nearly as bad as I thought. I'm not sure we have a great way to score goals at the moment, so I'm not gonna entertain the idea that deeply. Sounds good, man. He's on loan. I don't need a goalkeeper. Dennis Voss. I'd love it if you came to the club, but no chance of it happening. Keeper. Center back, right back, 5'9". Can't play center back then. Box to box, / playmaker, 14 finishing. Pretty good. Can't afford your transfer fee, though. We carry on. So itchy all the time. All right. Bad news, Dennis. I don't need another fitness coach. I'm sorry. I apologize. You I will take. Man, this is going to be tough. I'm dreading having to just jump into the league and struggle with the team that I have. Just so I can remember and set expectations appropriately. What are my goals for the year? Because if it's just avoid relegation, then we may be okay. Because we'll scrap our way to at least staying in the league. Club vision. Avoid relegation. Oh, tremendous. What are the latter stages, by the way? So if I go to competitions, they want me to make the quarterfinal. That might be kind of difficult. I have to make it through at least, 2 more rounds? I think. Yeah. Got to make it to October. See how that goes. All right, Lask, which I think is Linz as well, which is a decent derby. Yep. It's a rough one. Is it just called the Austrian derby? Oh, the North Austria derby. Right. I'm trying to remember. Is it 33 games in a year? No. It's got to be more. And it splits at some point. Ugh, I should have checked it. I knew this last time. Splits after 22 games. Okay. And then we finish off with a final 10 games? Yes? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Oh, and only one relegation? Is that right? Oh, yeah, and the European Places playoff is wild. It's crazy. Yeah, let's do real quick. Take a look at this. Got the team. Well, I don't know, man. I am new to streaming. I've only been doing this for a month. I appreciate the question. Maybe the FM doctor can answer that question for you, because I am not great at it. I will say that the thing that I have found some success in is you need to have some kind of audience. So you need something that people are interested in, but don't make that thing that people are interested in something you hate. Just a guy further up in the chat asking for advice on streaming. I haven't done it very long. And then Discipline's my other one, is that I've been doing 3 streams a week no matter what. Regardless of what's going on in my world. Because if people know that I'm going to be on at 8:30 Eastern, then but guess what? They're going to show up at 8:30 Eastern. But if I move it around a lot, then I have to assume that they're just going to not show up or not be interested or not find the stream. I don't have a third striker. I need one of those. going to do that for now. Contract is expired. Let's see. Ages I don't care about. Or is expired the right one? Am I going for just unaffiliated? Unattached. Yes, I clicked the wrong one. Okay. Is a striker. And then can't be on loan. Would be interested in a transfer. Okay. Now we're talking. So if I'm going to pick anybody up, I need somebody to... General... Height. I want them to be tall. I want them to be a target forward, if nothing else. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. While I was there, just then, the FM doctor was getting a drink, and I was still just chatting away because you kind of have to. I assume. This is my first time doing this, like I said. Okay. Let's do this. Can we get... I need off the ball. I do need heading kind of high. I need jumping reach pretty high. I need strength pretty high. Great decisions would be ideal, and I'd love some finishing. So let's start those off at 10 and adjust accordingly. Well, man, I only have 6. I'll work through myself. I've had to learn. I'm not a natural like you, it would seem. I don't normally talk to myself, but I take the approach that I'm trying to explain things to people, and that's kind of where I land. Or I pretend that I'm explaining things to people. They're not good players. I'm intrigued, because usually folks from Czech Republic and or Slovakia don't have huge asking ranges. It's not terrible, but you wouldn't be a starter, and I simply cannot do that. Oh, well, he doesn't want to, so see you later. Probably not. I'm probably not going to be able to get somebody like this, so I approach... we simply won't be doing that. And you'd be a squad player. And I'm out. Is this because my negotiating's low? Is that what could be feeding into it a little bit? Wanted by whomst? Might be something to this. You sure wouldn't. Nope. Oh, hold on. How much do you want? Because if you want nothing, that's great. he's self-volunteering to be an emergency backup and still asking for basically where I'm not willing to pay that wage anymore. Unbelievable. Yeah, true. I comfortable or not, if you don't have your face on screen, people don't really want to stick around to just watch the game, because that's, for most, that's not the interesting part. That's a good point. Not terrible. You can get some pretty cheap ones as long as you're visible. Like mine, I mean, unabashedly, I got mine through work and I use it for work purposes, but for my stream I use it. But I mean, yeah, you could just jump on Amazon and buy one for, I wouldn't be surprised if you could buy some for as cheap as like $10. Oops. Ooh. Can I get you cheaper? Nice. Short-term contract, just the 1 year. We'll see. But I can get him in for cheap. Yeah, that's not bad. Oh, I'm getting him in for cheap. I'd love for 2 years, though. I'll happily pay him a little bit more for 2 years. Come on. 2 years. Come on. I'll pay you everything you want. 2 years. Fine. Whatever. It's fine. I just need a third striker. Yeah, really not bad. Here, I'm going to look right now. I'm going to see how much webcams are. Amazon. I guess I don't know where you live either. I assume stateside because it's 10:30 Eastern, which means that it is. Which I'm surprised by you, Mr. FM Doctor, because that means it is what 4 a.m. where you are. It's kind of tough to explain without telling you exactly what I do. I supervise some folks in a technical sense. And I don't know, that's not really a great... it's kind of like customer service, or it's tech support, and I do some supervising. 3:30, so yeah, pounds is probably the correct... is probably correct. How cheap can we go? Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's one here that's crazy cheap. That's $8 US. So I'm sure that translates pretty well. Because I think how much is a pound compared to a dollar at the moment? Yeah, $1.36. So yeah, it's cheaper than $8. I don't know how much like shipping or anything is, but well, I work, man. I've got a 9 to 5. I'm probably gonna have to be done in an hour and a half, give or take, no later, about 11:30 my time, because I need to be in bed because I gotta wake up with the kid, and then try to get to work at a reasonable time. But yeah, that's so far most of my viewers have been across the pond, so to speak. And good Lord, I'm getting emails all over the place. Emails across the pond. Emails across the pond. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting emails across the pond. Idiot. Guys that can't sleep, whenever you guys had I don't know if your heat wave is still going on. I know that the drought's not doing too hot. But... okay. Yeah, I got guys that are waking up at like 5 a.m, English time, saying, yeah, I'm too hot and so I can't sleep, so I'm watching. I'm like, great. Well, I take all viewers. This is one of the very rare times where I've never had any recommendations made for the starting 11 because we don't have alternatives. Yeah, it's really not bad. The webcams are not expensive in the slightest. Okay. Answering questions. Let's always start. I would love to win games. I have to assume that Noel Mueller is going to be a key part of what we do this year. So yes, and that is both questions that I'm allowed to answer. Cool. Cool. What are the odds that I get my backup, my third striker through? And I didn't scout him either, so he might have no potential. I'm hoping he has some potential, but I kind of doubt it. If I'm getting him for $30,000 a year. Noel Mueller, great, lovely. This guy's not gonna play 10 games. He might not play 10 games. I'd hope. Did you find your way towards qualifying deeper into the Champions League by chance, Dylan? Or have you done back to back? Are you now a second a repeat winner of the Gibraltarian League? We can't afford injuries, man. You can't just be getting injured. Yikes. I will simply not bring myself to put a second striker or a second goalkeeper on a 7-player bench. Will not happen. Almost in the league phase. Nice. Good stuff. It'd be great. It's good money. It's great money, actually. I think I was playing the other day with Slovakian team, DAC, and qualifying for the group or the league stage of the Conference League netted me £6.5 million. It was incredible. All right, what do we got? Still tomorrow, but I've got a couple of players that don't have any familiarity with this tactic, so just hoping to not get blown out of the water. I feel good about the Bregenz game, though. Tell you what. Molde's pretty good. How far into the save are you? Because I'm in Slovakia, and Bratislava are, like, really good. And so to be beating them on aggregate with the Gibraltar team is nuts. 8-1 on aggregate. I mean, I'm only barely squeaking by them, and I'm about to have an invincible season. Like, it's, no, don't go somewhere else. No. Oh, man. I'm about to lose my third stringer. Oh, he signed. Yes, just get in here right now. Whew. Oh, what a range of emotions. All right, let's see his scouting report, shall we? Okay, that's really not that bad. I was expecting worse. We can hang on to him for a minute. And he's actually pretty good. He's a 6'3" advanced forward. You bet. That's great. Straight into the team, my friend. Where are you? Did you drop into my reserves? Why? I need you desperately. Okay. Yep. I think I already have a number 9. I think I already have a number 19. 18,000 on wages. Crazy. That's Gibraltar for you. Oh, I do have a 9 available. Don't want to commit to it. 19. Perfect. I guess he speaks one of the languages that Frederick speaks. Dutch, French, English, and then Miranda, I think, was the guy I just had him talk to. So he speaks one of them. I have to guess. Nope. Okay, weird. Okay. Psycho's playing all 90. I can afford not to. Oh, that's great. That's so good. I love the idea of a Moneyball save. I kind of just use the... I just kind of try and keep wage bills low. I don't sign just any old person. I save out of... I've had some bad experiences with things crashing. What is up? Oh, hold on. I wanted to say Chico, but that's not it. Kicho Bokuba. Things are good, man. Welcome to the party. Sorry. Both of your strikers are on freeze. Yep, naturally. Striker I got from the National League injured for 7 months. That's the way Football Manager works. How do you know? And then, yeah, 1 million sold for 87. Feels nice. Now, the only problem is, did you sell him locally? Did you sell him domestically to where you had to play against him with some frequency? I think other than that, I think an 86 million pound profit's the way to go anyway. We've got nothing to lose. I believe in you all. You all are great. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, 3 green. Goals win matches, of course. Great bunch of players. Bragging rights are great. Good. On we go. But yeah, I always try and do some level of Moneyball myself. Only ever got to win Prem and Europa League, sold in Napoli. Sweet. I guess a little bit later on in the saves, clubs end up with a lot more money, because that has not been my experience so far with this year's Football Manager. Again, I haven't played it too terribly much. Are we going to score? I have key highlights on. This is not a nothing highlight. Yes! Yes! All right, well, we are 1-0 up on Wien in the first game of the season, and I thought we were going to be absolutely trounced This is incredible. Oh, beautiful. Somewhat early cross from Perkle, kind of behind the 18. But found Firetog on his back foot and just nods the ball home back post. That is lovely work. Now let's hold on to this for the full 90, huh? Ugh, I don't think we're going to... Now, I don't like long balls. For that reason. For him right there. Pernot is bad at controlling the pace of play. Oh, nah. I tend to just keep playing. Good interception. Penalty. God. Oh, we're going to be level. No. We don't spam in my chat. No. Okay. All right. Let's see what you got, Bacher. Nope. Bad dive. Didn't even... I think he guessed the wrong way. I know the match engine doesn't do a great job with animations, but it seemed like if I'm translating to real life, he took the first step to the right. I did kind of an okay job. Yeah, first step right, weight's going against him. Never going to get far enough left over, so... We are even after 20 minutes, but our possession is ridiculous. I don't need that much possession. I need more shots. So we're going to take work ball into box off. We're going to start getting some more shots. There we go. Dropping some possession, but I need increase in shots. Is what it is. Yeah, IRL. Yeah, you haven't been here for any amount of time. I used to coach in a professional academy. I am very familiar with the game. I'm actually doing an unemployed journeyman save. So at first I was in Croatia, and the reason I picked Austria was because they promised me a license, a coaching badge. Ooh, Dylan, that's rough. That's heartbreaking. Hopefully you get some money for participating in the qualifying stages. Yeah, my first badge, because when I was in Croatia, I got 0. They refused. We made it to a cup final, and we earned £500,000, and so we had something like 250, 300,000 pounds in the bank. I said, hey, I need a license to be successful, and they're like, yeah, we don't think it's valuable for the club, so I resigned, because A, wasn't having fun, and then B, this guy hates me. Mormon is not a fan of mine. But yeah, I left and applied for a bunch of different things, and this is the job I wanted because it has the highest reputation. So even if I'm just here and not getting relegated, I should be okay. I just need to win the players over, and that's going to be the toughest part because I don't have any licenses or badges. So it's going to be tough. Svetko with a deep free kick. Meyer, top of the box. Decent shot. Look, probably a little more, or it was probably a little more wide than I gave it credit for, but we do have enough shots at this point where we are going to try and work the ball into the box again. And I don't really want to make subs, but I might not have an option. 6'5" is not great, but I don't think I have a left winger on the bench. Nope, I do not. So he plays. Or do I do like a weird... No, he's an attacking midfielder on the left. He's just not very good at it. He's not fast. He can be... Sure, he can be a playmaker out there. Welcome, everybody, to Nil Vincennes. Yay. Don't be fooled. That's a silver 3.5 stars. On supports. Actually, what's the difference? On attack is acceleration? You're not accelerating anywhere. Support it is. Don't know. Usually, if it comes out in, what? I haven't bought a Football Manager in a while. I have no idea. I have no idea when the beta is. A real scout working for a club, I think. I'm sure I do. I know lots of clubs. Journeyman saves are so good. So something I struggled with was I never wanted to leave a team ever. Like I would start building them up, I'd start getting better at them, or we would start getting better. We'd improve. I'd get attached to the players. I would never want to leave. An unemployed journeyman save forces you to be selfish, which is great. which I kind of don't mind because we're trying to win. I still want to set the club up for success so that I get a reputation for signing young players, using them in the first team. Oh, we're going to lose. I should have encouraged my team at some point. But yeah, the moving to a journeyman helped a lot with that because I want to improve them, but I do still need to get my licenses. So I'm only going to improve them as much as possible because I just don't. I need the reputation in game. I got nobody to put anywhere for any. He doesn't even have an option off the bench. So we jump over here. We try moving Mensa maybe into the middle, and Volbel over here as a support winger. Things are bad, man. Journeymans are fun, man. So Football Manager for me, I like to explain it this way. Football Manager is a storytelling game more than anything. You have a better time talking about the players and the games and the stories than you do playing it most of the time. For me at least. Because, yeah, my favorite save ever was Football Manager 20. Oh, it's a deflection. 3-1's harsh. That's a harsh result. I mean, we don't deserve to win, but just off of his chest through the middle, that's terrible. God, that's brutal. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, maybe you got by my Croatia tag that I put. Oh no, I didn't drop that. No, it's Austria and American. Yeah. Croatia can be fun. The Croatian top flight is good. I want to say not happy with the result. Yikes, they hate me. Yeah, that's rough. It's not that disappointing. Whatever, we'll be fine. We just need to play more games, but it's gonna be a tough season. Man. Yeah, Dinamo are the team to beat. Though, Hajduk Split were good. They won the league because that was who the cup final was against. So if I go to the Hrvatska. Yeah, champions last season. It was great. It's a good one. Start unemployed, start with no licenses and no badges, or no licenses, no experience and no badges. You have to take whatever job. I would personally try and aim for a professional club at the bare minimum because managing unemployed with no pull, poor negotiating makes for a very, very difficult first job otherwise. But that can kind of make it fun sometimes. It's also very easy to get locked into a league system. So like if you join a club in the 4th division somewhere, you're going to want to, well, here, I'll show you all my divisions. You're going to want to not like start in the lowest tier of France, and then work your way all the way up. If you do, I would recommend something like starting in a smaller country. So, like, I always love starting in Northern Ireland, but I did find that even making it to the top, so, like, unless you are the manager of Linfield or Larne, so, like, I managed Dungan and Swifts for a little bit. They're only 1.5-star reputation, so you're still going to struggle to get out of Northern Ireland, even if you're in the top. So, I don't know. I'd add whatever you think is fun. I've had a lot of fun in South America. I've also had a ton of fun in Europe. Asia, I haven't explored too much, just because a lot of Asia hadn't been in the game for too terribly long. But I don't know. Depends on how beefy your computer is, I suppose. Commiserations there, Dylan. That's rough that you couldn't quite this year at least make it to the league stage. Next year though. It's also good advice. What seems interesting? I think ones that have a kind of that top out, that force you to move at some point. I think those are interesting. So like I'll go pull up the competition list here in a minute. Competitions, Bundesliga. Yeah, here. Competition reputation. You want one that has a couple leagues. Like Denmark's a fun one to start low and then promote yourself up. But usually that's a second job, right? So like if you go to the Nordic Bet or the second division or even the third division, even by the time you get to the top, even if you took a team in the lowest possible playable division in Denmark, took them all the way to the top, you're still only looking at like Copenhagen, right? And they're 3.5-star reputation. So you'll still need to jump to a bigger division if you want to keep improving. So I don't know. It's a good time. I like to treat it realistically. So for example, in my other save, which I might show off at some point, my off-stream save, I started in Japan, and I think he's still there actually. Kriakau. He might still be. Yeah, this guy, this loser. They're paying him almost £500,000 per year. The next highest guy makes $57,000 a year. It is bizarre. And so once this contract expires at the end of this year, it expires and you can move him on. But inevitably, you have to drop down to semi-professional status with this club. And then when it did that, it was like, oh yeah, we have to release all the players that are on full-time contracts. And I was like, no, I'm out. I'm not doing that. I'm not rebuilding on zero negative money because their finances are in the toilet because they've been paying paying that guy way too much money for way too long. So I left and went to go find a different job that made more sense because in real life, I'm not going to stick around for a club that doesn't know what they're doing. But I also try and roleplay a little bit. You can't have him on a free. He's not available on a free. He's on contract for 3 years. Whatever. Yeah, I'm desperate for $8 million in the bank. I think the problem with it being Gibraltar is you're not going to get enough players to come play for you. It also makes me wonder why Gibraltar doesn't, do better. Like as a league. Well, I guess they don't make it to the league phase with any sort of frequency, do they? Yeah. They still make some money, but the Gibraltarian league should be better, right? In theory. You can also, by the way, for picking what leagues you should have loaded in, I try not to load in the big countries right away. I tend to at least let them go for a season or so that I have to pick something weird that I've never done before, just to see what's available. That's just what you need a youth system for. That's easy enough. I imagine if you have a pretty good youth system that most of your players coming through are going to be great. I wish the trials didn't show up. All right. Well, nice. Good. This actually doesn't look terrible. I bet his ask is going to be astronomical. You betcha. Huh. Yeah, I don't have the money to do much of anything in this league. I could sign maybe one more player who's like pretty good. And if I did, I would want it to be a holding midfielder. So maybe we'll look back at that guy. What was his name? He was a Frenchman. Oops. Is it Frenchman? I didn't realize I had anybody on the short list. Why do I have any of these guys? Oh, these are from last time. Jarun on a fray. My former club haunting me. It's pretty good. It's pretty good for a left back. Let me offer you a trial, Noel. Man. Where's that French guy? Position. He's a midfielder, right? So you weren't able to get like a ton of players, or is that the... You can also add more leagues in later, and that doesn't impact anything too bad, I think. It just adds players. You would be good because you can play multiple positions, and I think that's probably what I should be looking for, right? If I'm only able to sign a couple of players, they should be able to play in multiple positions. Yeah. What you got? Nope. Can't do it. Fair enough. Start a new one, continue an old one. However you want to go about it, it's the right way to do it. It's a video game at the end of the day. Michelduland. Wanted by 11 clubs. Anybody that can pay more money than me? Pretty much everybody. I don't have that amount of money. Can't do it. Anywhere across the front. Can deputize as a striker. Kind of need a catch-all winger. Maybe. How much you cost? It's not terrible. If you lower it, I might be able to do it. Just want to see. That's fine. I intended to do that anyway. Suggest. He's hold on. What am I doing? He's not even that good. Let's 4-star potential. Current 3-star. Is that right? Yeah. Australia's a fun one. Argentina, Brazil, Bulgaria, Czech, Denmark, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Norway, Poland, Romania, Serbia, Slovakia, Sweden, Turkey. I'll say this much. If you don't start in Iceland, you'll never go to Iceland because they are not a... well, I don't know. They could be. What's the name of that club? Yeah, Predablik. They do pretty well. Yeah, 2.5-star reputation. There's a decent chance that you would either find yourself at the top flight of Iceland, or you will have to stop there for a minute before you jump into something else. This is one of those that it could be good to start there. In like I think it's 2 divisions that they have. You start in the 2nd division, get promoted up to the top division, find your way to the top of Iceland, then you're really not too far away from, getting a decent job at a, slightly higher up. Because their competition's only 48th ranked. So like you could immediately jump over to, not France, hold on. 48th. So you could immediately jump up to Norway, right? And that's not even their top league, I think. Yeah, you could jump to Norway, be in the 2nd division, jump up to the top division there. Something like that. That's how I approach my saves. Which is why I thought Croatia was going to be interesting, because top flight Croatia means that I eventually throw myself at a Zagreb or a Hajduk and call it a day, but can't always get away with it. especially if the team is garbage. I don't need a striker or a left winger. What are we doing? I don't need that. Interesting. Oh, is this the 1-star guy? Yeah, okay. Moving on. Sebastian Corkia. I remember this guy from something. Can you only play one position? Yikes. Okay. Yeah, I can do nothing here. He'd be alright. Play a couple of positions, be kind of a utility. I like that. That's hard to do. I'm intrigued by how your save is going. How you're like 3 seasons into Gibraltar and you're beating like top 6 division or top big 5, big 6 clubs. It's wild. When does the league start in Iceland? Ooh, that's not bad. February? It's similar to the American timeline, so I guess it doesn't bother me that much. It's cold always, so there's not really a good time to start in Iceland, but you have to play through the summer, I assume. Yeah, no, growing up, or when I played in high school, our season started late February because we played our games through May until the end of the school year. So doesn't bother me any. Sure. Final third, yeah, whatever. Why not? Yep. When's the end of the season? I guess. Because that's great in an unemployed journeyman save because you need lots of time to complete your badges. And if you just have dead time, then you're not wasting. Okay, that's almost exactly like the MLS or America in that way. If it ends in October. Yes, develop your weak foot. I don't care. Oh, individual training? You bet. It goes away immediately. I don't care about individual focuses. Sure. Great. I don't need more fitness coaches. What are they doing? Don't really need another German scout. Okay. What do I need to respond to? Oh, yeah, no. I'm okay. How good are you at being a left back, sir? So if I can get you in on decent wages, I would be thrilled. Because that would give me options, at the very least. You're not that good. God. Alright. Your trial is over. Thank you. Moving on. Left back. Which was strange because I'm right-footed. But I played on both as a fullback. Which was great because as somebody that was learning the game and wanted to eventually coach, it allowed me to see the entire field anytime I was playing. And we were good. We played in some state championships. Actually, behind me, like fully, is my... These are my state championship rings. I've got 2 of them, winners medals, 2 of them. And then I coached that same team a little later on. What kind of left back? It depended on the year. I started out as like a complete wing back. Like I played the left side of the pitch all the way up and down. And that was exhausting. But then I started to be more of just like a fullback as I played more over the last couple years of my high school career. Ended up just kind of sitting no further forward than, I don't know, 10, 15 yards past the half line on attack. Occasionally I would, go on a run if everything was, set up right. There's nobody in front of me, then take the space and put the ball in back stick, but we didn't exactly have a heading type of striker, unfortunately. Some coaching courses like, for real, like in the real world, or in Gibraltar. Do it. Especially here in the States, it's incredibly cheap to start your badges. You can get the first one immediately for like free, I'm pretty sure. But then you are also only qualified to manage 4-year-olds, I'm pretty sure. Which is great. That's your F license, which is I never went too far down that path because I was an assistant coach in the academy. So I didn't have to be licensed. But it was a good time. Yeah, that's kind of the hard part too, is that it's not interesting and that it's not high level until the higher levels of the game. God, he's suspended and now he's injured, and I just would love... Do we not have a physio? We have extra physios. What are we doing? Why is anybody getting injured? Yeah, and the difficult part, too, is that there's a waiting period in the U.S., which is very annoying, and that each time you get a badge, you have to wait a minimum amount of time before you can attempt the next one. Refereeing is much simpler. Everybody needs a referee. Just you have to deal with abuse, which is way worse in a way. I may do that at some point, but I have younger kids, so not yet. And I don't want to really referee their games. I want to coach their games. Decent. Yeah. Now would be the time to start looking to see if it's a viable option, for sure. What do we do? Oh, I'm not clearing them. Okay. I'm wondering, what's going on with this list. It's because it's my scouting report. There he is. There's Kevin Endrum. Monday. Yep, that's how it works. University approach is absolutely not the right way to do it. And that's kind of how that goes. They have to fill time. They have to fill a semester worth of material, so they kind of have to drip feed the interesting content. And he wants way too much money. I didn't realize it was that high. This guy might be okay. Did I already ask him? How much money do you want? Can't do it. I'm cognizant. That's bad. You're an idiot. I do not have an interest in you. So, when I went to school, university, they had an archery class, and, it was... I didn't take it, but I had friends who did. And they ended up, the first... It was classroom learning, and then once a week you were out with a bow and arrow, and that's not what people signed up for the class for. I think genuine courses, getting your badges in a real scenario, is a lot easier than having to do it in a kind of classroom setting. And I'd love to do it at some point, but it's also prohibitively expensive. At least in the States. Something that bothers me a lot about that process is players getting their badges. Because the way it works in the States is that there's the F license all the way through the A license, and then you can start getting your international licenses. But if you play professionally, if you play in the MLS, then you can just get your B license straight after playing for a certain number of years. I think it's 3 or 4 years. which makes sense to a degree because you're around the highest leagues and whatnot. But otherwise, you have to coach for, I think it's a minimum of 4 or 5 years to get to that same spot. So you're playing. I don't know. I'm not a fan. Oh, it's so bad. That's horrible. Give me time is not good. We're going to score goals. And we're moving on. Travel and tourism is interesting. Is that like the economics of travel and tourism? Or is that you like exploring the world? Like, is that in a hospitality track, or is that a, I don't know. I don't know what other track it would be in. Man, this is going to be a tough year. I'm looking at it now. What are we, I never looked. What's the season preview say? Ugh. All right, well, we could be competing in this area here, but definitely not up here yet. That's all right. Did we just get promoted or something? I didn't look at any of this before I took over. No, but middle of the road. A few years up. Near me, and they also look at the effects of travel in the economy. It's big. Tourism's huge for most of the, like, not as developed first or second world countries. Making PowerPoints, giving explanations of other stuff. Yeah, that's that's rough. That's horrible. It shouldn't be that way. One of the bigger things I'd try to, like I said, I supervise. One of the things I like to do is there is a limit, right? Like we train, we teach, we provide a certain level of understanding, but then at a point you're supposed to go and help yourself. It sounds like there was not much of that first section. You need to act as a tour guide. Nice. For anything, or like a specific, do they have like anything in place, or you just need to like go walk around your town and be a tour guide? It's interesting. I'm not making fun of it at all. It sounds fascinating. If that had been a class that I was able to take, that I may have gone after it. Oh, man. This team's in third, which means that they won a game. I haven't gotten any loans. What am I doing? Oh, man. That's dumb. That's woof. All right, let's take a look at... just to get into the Premier League, the Bundesliga. Anybody on loan? Are these players too good? Yeah. Way too good. And usually anybody listed means that, nope. Too good. Money's too much. Okay, let's fight the Bundesliga. Oh, nice. It's like an exam type of thing. Huh. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. It's not easy to be kind of stuck doing the same thing for a while. I totally understand wanting to kind of get away from it after you've been doing it a while, and if you're not energized by it, you're certainly not going to enjoy doing it for a career. Yeah, that's tough. That's very difficult. That just seems like a bad experience all around, and I don't have much more. I don't have much more to offer than that's. I'm sorry you had to go through it. That's no good. Hey, you're fine. I'm also a strong believer in like curiosity ought to be rewarded. Um, he's available. He's a defender. Man, what? Woof. I mean, that's just working. That's not even like a work study. That's just you doing the job, and them getting some free employees for a little while. Yeah, not so much. Yeah, those would be we'd call them nursing home assistants or nurses, I guess. Yeah, I don't blame you. It to be treated differently so clearly sucks. And again, sorry you went through all that. All right, I need loans. Listed for loan has to be listed for loan. Let's clear all of this out. There are no players listed for loan. Oh, unattached. Idiot. All right. I do think holding midfielder is probably my best bet. Need somebody better than that, though. Definitely better than that. He's not bad. He's very average. Turns out. I mean, it seems a little better, at least. Golly. All right, what if I don't? Just who's available on loan? Who would make this team better? Let's start there. Shaq Van Persie? Is this actual? Is this Van Persie's kid? Yep. I mean, I figured, but let's see. Who can play a handful of positions? Yeah, but they 2.5 times longer and less interesting and less immediately relevant. So yeah, I don't blame you. .5'11", could play anywhere across the back line, right-footed. Yeah, it's tough. Streaming's not bad, but unless you're making big money, it's not a viable option. It's definitely more for fun. Or should be more for fun. You shouldn't have to rely on streaming too much. Unless you want to play Minecraft. People love Minecraft. Can I get an affiliate? Because this is awful. Let's see. Okay, yeah. I haven't been here long enough to make requests. Yeah, I mean, that's an internship for what it's worth. When I first started working in sports, I had to do 2 different unpaid internships, working full time, which is terrible because nobody can afford that. I was lucky to be able to live with family. Yeah, I don't think I would be able to do it full time either. I think having a balance is nice, but yeah, I don't know. I don't want to counter. What are we doing? Save. Linz. Yes. Yeah, it should just be kind of fun, right? That's the idea. Should just be something you do that you enjoy doing, but you don't have to turn every hobby into a job, right? All right. We owe them. Everybody loves a good owing. Man, people hate me. Moving on. I'm going to get sacked from this job. I'm calling it now. In a few episodes, I'm going to get absolutely cast aside because they cannot stand that I'm terrible in the role. All right, we start with a throw in. We move the ball really well upfield. It was a great ball movement. Attaboy Paul, what you got? All the way back. Anderson back to the top of the box. Svetko saved. Offside. We do not get the full benefit. Now they're playing a possession game, which is interesting. Corner swung in. Recycled all the way back to Pernot, who is at the half line. Perkle picks up. Meyer along the left. Beats the tackle. Puts it into the box. Pernot, top of the box. Has a go off of the bar. Post. Dang it. Off the post. I'm terrible at that. Hey, Frio. Welcome back. Where are we in the league? Exactly one game in. Second to bottom. Things are bad. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, come on. That's such a cheap goal to give away. Sorry, I will respond in a moment. You're just getting run straight past. It's a great finish, actually. You know what? I can't be too terribly upset. I'm a little annoyed that they had the opportunity, but that sucks. Here's Bruce Thigh. Get over it. Yeah, I don't know. That's it's an interesting situation to be in, for sure. Why not turn and shoot there? Deflections all over the place. Valente ends up with the ball at his feet. Knocks it in after a bit of a goalmouth scramble. We are even after 25 minutes. Perkle to Svetko to Firetog, all the way over to Paul. Or no, Anderson. Just Anderson. Puts the ball in. Mensah shoots. Deflection, deflection. Keeper on the floor. Valente puts it into the back of the net without opposition. They score a great goal. We score a goalmouth scramble. As we do. And we look like we are heading toward halftime. The possession has gone our way now a little bit. It was 70% early, so definitely good to see. You know what? I'm happy with your work so far. This guy just doesn't want to listen today. That's fine. Everybody else is thrilled, and I'm okay with that. We don't have subs, and we can't do anything. Yeah, I got a 6.2 over on the left wing. I'll give it a second. I usually like to try and let them work it out by the 60th minute, but if he's active... God. Now I kind of have to ask myself, would my 6'9" keeper take care of that? And, guess not. Oh, it's a deflection. Dang, man. Fine. Decent first goal, kind of a lucky second goal, and we find ourselves bottom of the table after 1.5 games. All right, I need this guy off the pitch. He is not doing well. Safe to say. Yep, this is who I can put on. Need to put him on as an advanced playmaker on, what was it, attack? No, support. Attack was acceleration. Also got a defender who's not playing his best. What's it going to hurt? I'll take him off. Lose half a star. Oof. That's rough. But again, for Gibraltar, not terrible. Good block. Yeah, I mean, you beat Fiorentina, which is crazy. I'm walking the league in Slovakia with paid players that are all pretty good, and somehow have made it pretty far into the Europa League, or the Conference League, rather. Yikes. I don't have any way to turn this game around. Let's try this. Let's try... Valente moves up. Miranda goes there. Actually, you know what? No, let's do this. Go 2 striker. Feiertag goes target. Sole goes advance forward. And that's... Flare's bad. Yeah, Flare's just fine. It's the acceleration I'm more concerned with. So go support and go from there. Oh yeah, you got to turn off all the U20 national team jobs. U20, U21, U23. Those are all the... those will always be there in the U23s. We're just a bad team, by the way. Turns out. And we don't know the tactic yet. Yeah, you just don't take them either because they don't help your reputation any. And it's just you can't get coaching badges while there. It's, hey, you found the back of the net. Let's maybe pull this one back. Maybe. Am I just gonna have to go to a 4-4-2? By the way, it's early enough in the season. Yikes. Unlucky. It's got to keep morale high some way or another. Man. Alright, so here's the thing, and here's where I tend to struggle, is that I don't think Bergens is a good team. And so now, 2 games into the season, I have to make a decision on whether or not I am willing to... Yeah, they're relegation favorites. Okay, yeah, no, this ain't gonna work. Right now. We'll get to this later in the season, but I need to just make a 4-4-2 because things are bad. Good stuff. Yeah, financially you're in a good way, for sure. Crosses, yeah, wing play. Yep. We'll do that. Just a standard 4-4-2. It's gonna have to work. All right. Sole. We'll get Noel Mueller back on the bench. We will take... One on the left. Supports is fine. Feiertag is my striker. Oopsie. Mensah on the right. Winger on support, and so it shall be. Valente... Box to box. Svetko. Also box to box. Interesting. Maybe a playmaker then? A roaming playmaker. Usually I just do advanced or deep lying, but roaming could be interesting. He's got the stats for it. Why not? While we're at it. Roaming playmaker on support. You love to see it. Feiertag target on support. Okay, so very wide. And then a mid block should be okay. I want height, so Mormon goes to the bench. Simple as. I did not. I'm actually trying to avoid all of the FM26 stuff because I got my hopes up really high for FM25. And sorry, I'm not actively avoiding it. I just haven't seen it yet, and I'm not really going to make an effort to go to see it if I can help it. Because I do want to kind of be surprised by it, if only because I'm going to buy it and play it anyway. May as well experience it. But then again, I also don't think it matters too much if I go see it or not. So maybe I go see it. Maybe I watch it. Was it good? It looks really good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me much. Okay. So let me. More often pressing, but we're not pressing. Okay. I don't really want to do an out of the box wing play, by the way. Early crosses for sure, though. Yeah, high hopes is where I get into trouble. I don't think we need to counter. I would like to counter press, though. And I would like to be further up. Okay, let's And then because crosses should be okay, because I've got Perkle, who's, well, he's only 5'9", actually. And Anderson, 6 foot. Yeah, that's fine. We'll invite the crosses a little bit. Because you need to come and claim them. Oh, you know what I need to do? Dang it. Okay. All right. Let me write some things down real quick. One moment. Need to get my individual training set up. So it's advanced forward, target forward, winger, box to box, role playing, winger, wing back, standard defender, wing back again, and then sweeper keeper. Because I need to be training everybody in these. That's on support. These are both on support. These are both on support. I think they have to be. And these are on defensive duty instead of cover. Okay. A match day reveal. Yeah, I'm interested to see what the engine looks like. Was that in the teaser? I might just do it after the stream's over. Then, if it's good, I could use with a little bit of joy right now. I'm gonna toss Miranda on the bench, or off of the bench rather. Okay. Training. Individual. And we will slowly work through this. Yep, he is not working to be... Okay, everybody needs to be a sweeper keeper. It's just what we're doing now. Miranda, good. Need everybody to just learn their roles and get familiar with the tactics. Oh, is it just a teaser? Well, if it's just a teaser, I'm not going to go mess around with that. But I would like to see the trailers once they come out, like the features and whatnot. That I'm definitely interested in. Wing back on support. Maybe I'll move him to attack at some point. What's the difference? The difference is flare, which he does not have, so we're not doing that. He's actually better than I give him credit for, this backup right back. He also does not have any flare, so we won't be doing that. Ball winner in the middle, please. He's a roaming playmaker you're not able to do for some reason. True, yeah. I'd much rather they be in, like, hey, I need engine trailer, like in-game trailer, as opposed to, like, cinematic. Another thing I like to do when I feel the game's getting repetitive is let the game run for a while and just start the game 20 years in the future. That's a good time. So everything's kind of different. All right. Nobody likes being a roaming playmaker, so these guys will be deep lying. Paul. Target forward on support. Not that there's much of a difference. Nullmuller and Sola as an advanced. And he can kind of deputize as a target if I need to. Woof. Shocked that you were walking the league already in Gibraltar. All right, got the. Is this the post match? Yeah, we didn't get the results. Don't care. I want to get to the next game. Team that just got relegated is in first place, and I think it's only because they've played the two teams that are in dead last right now. Yeah, that gets old for me. Once I start winning everything a little bit, I'd look to, like, okay, what's next? I've done everything here. I don't have an interest in sticking around and just doing it again. Guess we gotta train this, huh? Let's do that for now. Training calendar. I mean, I just need tactical. We need to learn the tactic, and they're gonna hate it for a little bit, but we have to do it. It's got to be done. 4 straight weeks of tactical is how it is. Yeah, so like if you're just not even paying attention to the league and like you're playing just academy players in the league and then getting to the Europe or in whatever shape that might be or flavor that might be, is that fun? I don't. That's where I struggle in saves like that. Nobody's drawn yet, huh? Brigands have played. Austria Wien? Why are Austria Wien down here? I would take this job in a second. I'm sure they have money. And there's no part-time training, which, again, don't really understand why that's the case. This would be a pretty good test for my wingback, or my wing play, out of the box. Tactic. I wish I could pay any amount of money for anybody, but 1 million for a $500,000 per year salary is not going to do it. No, we don't do individual trainings around here. I need people to learn the tactic. It's crucial. 1-2 passes? Yeah, dude. Sounds good. Avoid his weaker foot. No, we're having him work on his weak foot. So, no. It's probably a good idea. Should probably get some folks out of here. Free up some wages. The attacking training? I can't do it. Sorry. I did, way back. It's like this is... I had a piece fall out, but like when I first did mine in 2019... It was so fun. This is exactly what this notebook. This is my FM notebook. I started out in. You can just see all of the interesting things. All the things of note. So like I started out in Langney in the 9th tier, got them promoted, and then I went to Dagon Red shortly afterward because I was not enjoying being able to lose players and pick players up just ever. Stuck with them for 2 years, got back-to-back promotions. That was great. And then from Dagon Red, I went to Hajduk Split. And then from Split, I went to Nantes. Was at Nantes for, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different seasons. Ended up doing pretty well. Did we ever win? No, I never won the... we always lost to PSG, which is a fun time. And then I went to Everton. And then after Everton, I went to Chelsea. Most of my saves end at Chelsea, by the way. Just because, why wouldn't they? And then I did a 2021, a 2020 save where I started Northern Ireland, and that was a great time. I enjoyed that one a lot. But I was there forever. I was there for 7 seasons before I was able to get out. It was brutal. I've had it forever. I mean, I don't I don't do that much in FM to where I need a notebook, but sometimes I do my squad planning in here. So like let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there was a time briefly where I was the manager of, I think it was Leverkusen and the French national team. Yes. So I had, this is my, how I wanted the French team to line up. Mbappe up top, of course, with some new gens. That was a good time. And then on the next page was my squad planning for... Actually, I'm going to show you a better one. Yeah, now we're talking. There's all kinds of colors involved in my squad planning. And there's actually this FM. So, anyhow, it's a good time. I'm a nerd. I enjoy it. Been offered a job interview with Wrexham, Millwall, and QPR. All of them relegated. Yeah, that'll do it. I need coaches. Where are my coaches? Did I not offer everything up? Did I figure that I was just going to go get them? Yikes. Okay, well, oops. All right, well, I need 3 coaches. 1 attacking, 1 defensive, and 1 possession. Simple enough. Let me go grab them real quick. Staff search. Edit. Can we get better? Oh, I don't care about this anymore. And I need a coach. Well, of course you rejected all of them. That would kind of defeat the purpose, right? Of a or not a journeyman. What am I saying? Of a build a nation? If you just left at your earliest convenience, yeah, that'd be dumb. Take less wages, but be here forever. All right. Cool. All right, and now I trade attacking for defending. Gotta lower it. Cool. Who do I want? Karjevite, Freuling, Hübner. Those are all good. I think he's probably my favorite so far. Let's see. Pastor was okay. Yeah, straight up 12s. Just 12s. But working with youngsters is good, and that's usually where I try to go. All right, let's see what you're up to. Yup, thought so. And Freuling, I have to assume, is similar. Yeah, even worse. Good. Hübner, what you got? Better. Part-time. Why part-time? I don't understand. All of my coaches are part-time. Might be something I look into. Where'd you end up? On your journeyman adventure, where have you landed? It's crucial. That first job is crucial. Ooh. I have a crying baby. So, I'll be back in a moment. Alrighty. Sorry about that. Back into it. Oh, what did I miss? In a Goldspur. I mean, I struggle with the Turkish language. I tend to like to at least know. Whoops. Typing in Turkey is not helpful for anybody. In a Goldspur. Well, good news. They are up in the... no, I think they're in the 3rd division here, too. Is that right? Yes, they are still in the 3rd division in my save, too. So, hey, look. All right, you got an opportunity. We'll see how that goes. Best of luck to you. Oh, I guess their season hasn't started yet. Icons? Anybody? Nobody. Nobody's ever come out of in a Goldspur. So, best of luck. That's pretty good. I wonder who the other 8 teams were that you've jumped over? Or the national, yeah. The national teams. Staff. I need a possession staffer. And I guess it's Edu Rubio. Approach to sign Edu Rubio. Can't do it, brother. Gotta lower my standards, unfortunately. I do want to use this to expand our scouting knowledge, if I can at all help it. Serbia's not bad. We can do that. I like it. Nah, you'll come down. Nah, you'll come down. Yeah. Lovely. All right. Cool. All right, well, now I should have some coaches, so that'll help a little bit with, I don't know, players getting better, I guess, or learning faster, or understanding the way we want to play the game a little bit. We press on. 32 games is not many, which I'm okay with, to be perfectly honest. It gives me lots of time to get my badges. One team in the second qualifying round of the country. Oh, nice. Oh, that's helpful. That's handy. I didn't realize Latvia got 2 qualifying positions. The thing I would find most difficult about a Build the Nation save is that you have to allow your players to go to other clubs in your own league. And I hate that. I want to dominate my own league. I don't want to just, I don't want to give them an opportunity using my own players against me to try and dethrone me. But I guess after a point, it doesn't really matter. Okay, good. All right. That's fine. Oh, there's so many. I will ignore them all, and if I ever need suggestions, I'll come back. It's as simple as that. Austin Brook and Jan Reagan. Jan Regensburg? Don't they have, isn't it like Jan something Regensburg? I thought there was more to it. I'm thinking of Carl Zeiss Janssen. My bad. Yeah, I'm just going to wipe all these because these are useless to me at the moment. If you can't even give me a max wage demand, then I got nothing for you. There's no action required. You betcha. We'll come back to that. It's a lot of money for Gibraltar, I guess. I actually don't know. Does Gibraltar have a GDP of anything of note? I mean, you get big enough, you start spending, genuine money. But Gibraltar GDP is roughly 2.9 billion, which is pretty good. Actually, the per capita GDP is pretty high. It's 85,000. Yeah, anything over 60,000 is considered like great. So 85 is incredible, actually. I'm seeing that might not be the case. Or are we lumping Gibraltar in with the UK? Which we probably shouldn't be doing. Data unavailable for Gibraltar. No, fair enough. Anyway, so that's an estimate, turns out. It doesn't matter. That's just the sort of thing that I get interested in from time to time. Jakob Nullmuller, are you up for... You are up for selection. We will play you. You bet. Maybe you can do something. Attend. Absolutely will drive us. Of course we have to sign young players. Because we can't sign anybody else. It has nothing to do with me planning for the future. Just can't afford to do anything different. Yay, got my first coach. Oof. Sounds good. I stream Football Manager every Wednesday for the time being. I would like to stream. I stream 3 times a week. I'm streaming Backyard Baseball on Saturday. And I need a new game for Monday. I don't just want to do 2 streams in a row, Football Manager. But once I bump up to 4, then it'll be Football Manager twice a week. But I want to hit affiliate first, ideally. But anywho, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. I guess I should probably wrap up here soon too. It is now midnight. My time. So we'll get through this next game at least. Reward everybody for sticking around long enough, and then call it an evening. Oh, I've seen it. It didn't make noise. I saw Dylan follow in real time, and it looks good. I do like it, but it doesn't sound like anything, which is very dumb. So that I will fix by the time I stream next. But I appreciate the follow, Dylan. Thank you much. We are expected to draw this game. Boy, what I wouldn't give for a draw. I don't feel as confident, unfortunately. Set these coaches up for success. Let's stop that. All good. Doesn't bother me any. I appreciate it nonetheless. I think I picked this guy to be my mental or my possession coach. Which means I don't have to. Big fan. And then this guy was my defense coach, I'm pretty sure. So I don't have to do that either. And then we can specialize a little bit. It's good. That feels good. Okay. Got a little bit better spread, which is nice. All right, we'll say much wider and counter. Yeah, just because they want me to do wing play, like true wing play. So these are all... Yeah, these are all the things I changed, which I'm not going to do. In between... No. 87 degrees. Good Lord. It's hot. I mean, it's July in Austria, but it feels like it's hot for Austria. 87 degrees Fahrenheit, something like 30 Celsius, I think. 32, maybe. I know that's a huge difference, so, forgive me. Yeah, 32. Let's go for it. Here we go. Gotta try it. Gotta hope for the best. Home firm's important. Does anybody care? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. We move on. My players are great. I love them. We carry on. Let's go in a football match, huh? Oh, 25 degrees is so good. That's so nice. I wish that's what it felt like where I live in the American South. It's so hot. I think it was up over 90 some odd degrees. So it was like 33 degrees Celsius. Terrible. All right, well, we don't have any possession, which is to be expected because we're just countering constantly. Good tackle. Well done, Noel Mueller. And gave it right back. Maybe we should counter. Is 25 high? Is 25 high for where you are? Because that would be upsetting to me. Because I would love if it were 25 degrees constantly where I'm at. No, you know what? That is a little too hot. Come to think of it. For July, it's fine. But not for every day. Noel Mueller puts it well over the bar. Yeah, that is the British Isles, my friend. All right, okay, good steal, Paul. Good. Play it across. Don't shoot yourself. You're terrible at shooting. You can't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Way to win that ball. Good. Pick that ball up. Nope. Paul, get back involved. Way to be. Feiertag. Good. One more. Excellent movement. Yes! Puts the ball in the back of the net. Lovely ball work. A lot of horizontal movement there in the build-up, but eventually fell to Meyer, who puts the ball across the face of the keeper into the side netting on the far post. Lovely finish just inside the post. Excellent way to take the lead here early. Well, early. Near the end of the first half. It's interesting that they're playing wide so much. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know what's going on with your save. Your tactic must be silly. That you're crushing teams 9-0 in the first leg of anything. I meant to tell them that we were just doing well, not well, but better. Because I don't think we can play better. I think this is as good as it gets. All the way back to the keeper, which is fine, by the way. Good. Good movement. Feiertag. Find him. He's offside. I'm not going to celebrate. Ain't no way. Yeah, you got 4 attackers. Of course. You just kind of overload the... Is the match engine still that, like... what's the word I'm looking for? Easily exploited, where you just outnumber the defenders and you have a really good shot at winning games. So I remember for a while having 3 strikers was just, you could win anything. That's incredibly fortunate that that ball did not find its way to the back of the net. Instead, it comes off of the inside of the post and out. Yeah, I mean, do you feel like you're a much better team than you were last year, though? If they beat you in the Europa League, and this year you have been... Also, you're just speeding through the games at that rate. Luciano Valente is tired, so we're going to put Bernie out there, and we're going to put him on as a ball winner. Yeah, that's wild. You shouldn't be crushing teams that much without having upgraded your squad like any. All right, is this where we give away our nice and fragile lead? You betcha. He's offside? I don't think he's offside. He looked on. He looked okay. Oh, well. I'm wrong, and that's okay. I don't mind being wrong when it benefits my team. Oh, he's off by a mile. I just didn't see the line very well. Okay, cool. All right, let's hold on to this lead. I'm going to pull Firetog, and we're going to drop a defender. What is going on here? Can any of you play holding? Yes, you. There you go. Get it done. Close it out. Oh, I should probably... Not that it matters much, I suppose. But I should probably centralize my striker. Full time. We have our first 3 points. Excellent. And we played pretty well all the way around, to be honest. But again, I'm really worried about later in the season when we get literally any injuries. Well, that's where we're going to end it, for sure. Because we aren't going to score that many goals, and we need to savor a victory where possible. I'll go far enough ahead just to where we can get... what's going on here? Oh, but press conference. Delighted. They're great. Tremendous. Okay. I'm going to make it through Saturday just so I can see some of the other results around the league. It's a good win on an aggregate. 3-1 wouldn't have done it, huh? So what, they beat you... They beat you 4-2 first time out? There's lots of goals in your team. I did miss the follow from Jose Mourinho special one. That's on me. That's my bad. But I appreciate you nonetheless. There's no way I can afford you. Man. Okay. That got us through. Did it get us through? No. Need to go through the end of Saturday. And even still, I think I'll probably miss 1 or 2 because people play on Sunday. I think. Nice. Good result. I'll go through the rest of the day. Just want to get through the end of Saturday so I can see the results and see where we actually stand. Okay, well, of course, fantastic. All right, well, we end the first episode, the first 4 competitive games, 3 in the league, in 11th place with 3 points. Now, that means that we can go ahead and work our way up the table a little bit, because all it takes right now to get to first place is 1 win and 5 goals. So, not too bad. Nice and early. But realistically, we need to be aiming for no higher than mid-table. Not getting relegated is the goal. That's the priority. But from beyond that, we just need to keep making decent progress. So yeah, that's where we're at. Happy enough in Linz. We'll see how long we stay here. Frankly, as long as they will allow me to keep earning licenses, that will be grand. So we'll see how that goes. Anywho, thank you all for watching. I am back on Saturday playing backyard baseball, and we will, I think, finish out that season as we head toward the playoffs. Thank you all for watching. I'll be back playing Football Manager next Wednesday. I'll have this VOD uploaded for release on the 20th. So, cool. All right, well, that'll do it. Thanks again, and we'll catch you next time.